Hello and welcome to Moscato and Tea. This is the show for all things beauty, business, and community with your host, Inez and Chiquita. Keeping it raw, real, and unfiltered.
Hello, as I have a cookie in my mouth.
Hello.
Let's go. I know, girl, you know this cookie is on point.
You're always bringing all these treats, and we're supposed to be trying to be healthy.
Whatever. It's once in a blue moon. I could have a little treat.
Oh, my God.
And I always need something to wash down. Have my Moscato, I'm eating. I got to wash it down with something.
Oh, my God. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Moscato and Tea. This is Inez, eating all the junk.
Girl, bye. I'm just talking craziness. You know how it is.
That's how we are. We drinking Moscato, eating snacks, That's the way we roll over here.
Yes, absolutely.
But we have a very special guest today.
Yes, we do.
One I'm very excited to have on our show because of him and everyone else that worked on my short film, we are in so many film festivals. So I just wanted to say extremely, probably get a little screaming crazy. Welcome, Mr. Tariq Pascal.
Hey,
what's going on?
What's up?
Welcome.
Thanks for having me in. I really appreciate sitting down with you two ladies.
Yes.
Definitely was entertaining to watch with the background a little bit earlier, but hey, I'm glad to be up here now.
Awesome. So, yeah. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I'm very excited to have you on because, we met through another friend of ours who's also a filmmaker, Tavi. And so...
Oh, so you know Tavi?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we already know it. Okay. It's all good. All right, then. With that says... Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's drink a little Moscato. Okay. Oh, okay. So I already know. Okay.
You already know.
I already know. He's going to play all Mr. Nice up in here. Okay, we got it.
I'm not going to play Mr. Nice, but I would have sat out and had a drink.
Yeah, there you go. Well, first off, I do want, and I've said this to you before, and I'm going to continue saying it. Thank you again for your hard work on the project and stuff like that. Because of you and everyone else, it's in so many festivals right now. Did you vote today? Did I tell you about the competition?
Today.
Yeah, yes, I voted. Okay.
Perfect.
Girl, I got you.
We're trying to add more awards today.
Yeah. I mean, it's already, in 6 different competitions, selected, and then we won one, and now this other one, I think tomorrow's the last day. So it's a blessing. So absolutely. I just wanted to just immensely say thank you and stuff like that.
No problem at all.
Very excited about it. And I want to get into you and all the fun stuff that you're doing. Okay. Can't catch up with them. Like, it's crazy busy. Even though I got his number, can't call nobody back. It's crazy. A little busy.
Oh, man.
A little busy.
Okay.
So talk to us your background. How did you get started? I know, but let everybody else know.
Well, first off, filmmaking has been one of those things I've been intrigued by since I was probably got into it heavily in middle school because my cousin that actually lives here in L.A. Works over at DreamWorks. Shout out to my cousin Candace Hutcherson.
Nice.
She had a camcorder, and I was kind of like, would make these little home movies, and I'm kind of was intrigued by the fact that she would run around filming us doing whatever it was that we were doing, and I wanted to be able to say, okay, how can I do that as well? So that was kind of the start of the inspiration for me. And then I just went into college saying, hey, I want to start making films. Went to Hampton University in my first 2 years of college. It didn't necessarily have film, but, PR, communications, that department was good enough. You get around the camera. And then I kind of said to myself, you know what? I'm not going to wait on anybody. I'm not going to wait on the school to check out equipment. I'm going to go ahead and invest into my own early on. So here I am at 18, 19 years old, going ahead and just buying a camera just to see what I can create. And at first, I wasn't that good. I could say that looking back at the work, I wasn't at the level in which I feel like I'm confident to go out there every day and do it as a profession. But that was the start for me. And now I'm just trying to keep advancing in that because it's not a hobby for me. It's the way I live. It's how I survive. I'm an expert in that field. And whether it's from the editing aspect, DP aspect, writing, I just like to be able to be well versed in all areas of film so I can be able to help anybody with their project. So
That's awesome. That's amazing.
No, big time. So tell us about your company. What was the inspiration behind your company?
101 Pictures started actually back when I was in college. I did a documentary with a couple of my friends, one named Maria Williams and another guy named Philip Moore. And we all went to Hampton together, and it was at this point, I was kind of at my lowest in college. Was in a transition of switching schools. I wanted to go to Virginia Commonwealth to get into their film program. So I had to kind of transfer and wait. And Maria had just graduated early, was still in the city. And Phil was just kind of finishing up school as well. We all kind of went to come together and just make something. So within that, we decided to do a documentary entitled 100 to 1, which the name came from basically like the odds, like 100 to 1, like the underdogs. Because we felt like we were underdogs in that situation.
Right.
Nobody necessarily looked at us to be those people to make something, especially they're so young.
Right.
And from that, we ended up winning the Virginia State Film Festival for students. So that kind of sparked it.
Yeah.
And we were able to say, okay, you know, I wanted to take it a little bit further and say, hey, you know, I want to start it as an actual company and, you know, pursue this dream in which we started. And, you know, whether you guys create your own company or we come together and do it again, but it's going to always exist. And so that's how I ended up starting 100 to 1 Pictures. So
Okay, nice. So what's the first project coming out from?
First project, it's been one of those projects that I've kind of been sitting on for a while. It's a web series entitled, working title right now is A Man's Best Friend.
Okay. What's that about?
Well, it starts out, it's kind of based on some college experiences that I've had, but I've also taken the life that I've lived out here in LA and spiced it up a little bit. But it's basically revolving around adulting.
Okay.
Like whether you've been in a relationship with your girlfriend or boyfriend for, you know, 6-7 years and you guys are trying to figure out you want to get married now or, you know, do you actually want to continue to be together? Whether you're trying to move up in the corporate ladder or decide to chase your dreams and being in another field. That's basically what the web series revolves around. And the reason why I put A Man's Best Friend is because LA, California is such a pet
Yes.
havoc-friendly
Oh my
place.
God.
It's like
Insane.
so in that you'll see like a dog embedded within the story because that dog helps propel certain situations or certain scenarios to come up. And I've noticed just being in LA, I have a dog as well. My roommates, you bump into all kinds of people just by having a dog. Like you'll bump into somebody you worked on a set with, or you'll bump into somebody that you saw at the grocery store a week ago, or you know just going to a dog park, and it just creates these different opportunities. So that's why I entitled it A Man's Best Friend. So the pre-production is wrapped. Right now I'm just planning the days for production to try to knock it out and go from there.
Okay.
All right. That's cool.
How many episodes are you looking to do for
Looking
it?
to do 8. I might break them up and possibly stretch it to about 11. I'm trying to play around with the times right now. I'm shooting for about 22 to 25 minutes, but if I chop them down, you know, just to see what my, you know, the audience is thinking once I put it out.
That's that's good. I love it. So, you know, as being a young ladies, I'm gonna let you know a handsome looking black man up in here.
Thank you.
You know, going into the film business and who did you look up to? Like honestly, because as filmmakers, you know, the big films, like huge filmmakers, you know, are always you know, white men, but you know, we don't have a lot of huge black filmmakers. The ones that we do have, I'm sure there's 20 million, but you know, they're not very well known.
Yeah.
So as a kid and you're coming up and you're trying to do all of this, and as you got older and you're going to college, like who did you look up to be like, yo, that's something, you know, inspiring, or you like as you're filming and you're making what, you know, who influenced your film, like your style of filming?
Well, for me, like you said, you mentioned there is a very heavy market in terms of Caucasian directors, and it's kind of hard to kind of like not see those projects. So you have to kind of pay a little homage to them because you do see them a lot. Like Scorsese and those guys were certain other people that I looked at and said, okay, I'm learning about them in film school. I'm seeing that, but I've always got the comparisons in college, especially being at an HBCU, you know, Spike Lee, you know, whoever, that was always thrown out because the glasses, the caddy hat, like just the whole look. And I didn't have a problem with it. It was fine with me because if that's how you see it, then fine, I'll take that role because it'll get me to where I need to go as well. But for me, I looked at a lot of directors of photography, like DPs and stuff. Like Bradford Young is somebody that I like his work because he knows how to capture that imagery that you want to see. And I know he has a directing ability, but he knew how to play it to say, hey, I'm going to get next to this person that has an opportunity right now, and we're going to work together and really show it off. And another guy that's been coming up lately, like Ryan Coogler, definitely is somebody I've been looking at, just dating back to his work in college. But for me, I'm going to always pay homage to Spike. I'm also to pay homage to, Tyler Perry. I love his projects. Some, I don't agree with all the time, but at the same time, you still got the opportunity. And for me, that is what it's all about, because you're making something that people are going to be able to see and pass on generation to generation.
Absolutely. And now, as we go on and I kind of see, films kind of changing, and we're having some kind of, like everything in life, there's ups and downs, and I see, we're having all of this. And now with the movie Get Out and, the possibility,
Mudbound.
Yeah, Mudbound.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of movies that are really getting notoriety and really getting well known. You as a filmmaker, what role and what genre do you want to be known for? Because, there's certain people that are going to be like, oh, they're really great at comedy. They're really great at drama, documentary. When you're filming, what is your passion? Like, what do you love to film and want to tell your story of?
For myself, I've always been a fan of thriller, suspense, because, I'm not trying to put horror in your life or scare you to death, but I'm going to, there's a possibility that, it's in the news all the time. You may have these weird neighbors that do stuff and you don't know anything about it. And it happens all the time.
Look,
it's realistic.
It's very real.
It's real.
I kept telling people, they're like, Get Out. I was like, that was the scariest damn movie I've ever seen in my life. That's a horror movie to me.
Okay. I still haven't seen it.
Man, we can't have this conversation now.
I'm out. Y'all can't do that to me.
I'm like, what? I don't even see
it. I'm going to see it.
Girl. I can't even talk to you right now because I am so disappointed. I'm
gonna just drink my
we'll catch up.
Yeah, we'll catch up. But saying like that, making like you said, films and horror. Like, I understand real life is pretty much a horror story in some ways or another. Not in, you might think, oh, that could never happen, but damn well, that could very much happen. So, okay, that's cool. Like, I do think that we do need more. A little bit. We do a lot of comedy. People do a lot of comedy. There's a lot of drama. But I do think we do need a little bit of horror. Get Out is a perfect example of how a good horror movie was done. And it did absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. And it wasn't there wasn't too much blood and guts. Gore.
Exactly, because you're not trying to be gory like The Shining or go above and beyond with these movies. You want to keep it in a place where this can really happen day to day, and you subtly think it and you question it sometimes, and is it true? And honestly, it probably is. Yeah,
we don't know these things. So for me, I'm like, that's great, that's exciting. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be watching and paying attention because I think there's I think there's a need for it. It's apparent that there's a need and a want. And people do, whenever we see horror movies or who's the first one to get killed, the black person's always the first one to get killed, and we never survive. I'll be like, why can't we survive? We got skills. We can make it through. You be yelling, don't go in that room. It was very, very much so. So I was just curious in that sense. And I'm sure listeners were kind of like, okay, so what's your genre? What are you trying to do? So that's awesome. I mean,
no, that's amazing.
It's amazing. And especially if you haven't seen Chiquita's movie, which you need to, you can see your work.
Yes.
And what, how it's done. And it's very, very, very well done and very well put together. Yes. It actually even surprised me. I was like, go ahead.
I surprised myself.
I mean, when we came up, when she reached out, we got in touch and I saw the footage and I saw what she had to work with, and I saw it was a passion project that she really wanted to do and get completed. I sat down to myself and just said, I want to do this and put as much as I can because of the message behind it. Because it's not just your typical, like you said, we're trying to make a comedy or we're trying to make a, anything to get put on. It was a true message behind it that I felt like it could be, it's happening now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And you don't catch the aftermath of when it happens. You only catch the moment and then we forget about it and everybody walks away. So I wanted to be a part of that. And it's funny, because we were so concerned about how are we going to make it sound better. We want to make it, and I'm not the best person with sound, but I can do as much as I can. And our deadline was coming up, and I reached out to a friend named Aaron McNeil. He was like, I love the project. I'll take it on and do it. And we stayed up all night FaceTiming. He's 3 hours ahead.
Yeah.
I'm FaceTiming like, that works. That don't work. That works. We got to turn it into her because I knew how much it was going to impact people. And if you haven't
Absolutely,
seen
yeah.
it, you really should check it out. Yeah.
And and the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
You know, like her, like going on it, doing all of these things and doing it. You know, the way I see it, it's a win-win situation for both of you and everybody who's a part of it. Just because you could see the passion, you could see and feel like you're like, damn, that was something.
thinking.
That's something that I think is amazing. And I think when you have a good producer and a film, they bring your story alive. So, that's,
Very proud.
Yeah, very proud. You both should be very proud of it because
Thank you.
It was a teamwork, but you both should be very proud. It's really, really good.
And now, because we're gonna kind of shift gears a little bit.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right,
Where are we
ready.
going?
All right.
We're gonna go into tea time.
Excuse me.
Tea time.
My voice. I was like, I was sick.
Because we'll
I'm
have them a
getting
couple
better.
more minutes, so I just want to get in tea time really quick with them.
Oh, absolutely. I got my. I got my questions.
I know. Oh God, I apologize in advance.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You never know. But yeah, it's rapid fire questions. We ask all our guests, and so we just want to throw it out there. First question: favorite president, dead or alive?
Favorite president? Wow, dead or alive? Let me just go with. I'm gonna go with Abe. I'm gonna go with Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
Go with Lincoln.
Okay.
Let's keep it at that.
All right. Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. Man. Man. Okay. I had to really think about that one. That was tough. That's a good question.
Yes, I'm good.
I think my guilty pleasure is probably I have a hard time stop putting down some ice cream once I get started.
Yeah.
So I got to stop. I have to remind myself I need to stop. I'll eat a whole pint, go get another one, and I'm like, why am I doing it? And next thing you know, I done spent $15 on some ice cream. That's what I buy.
That's America. Okay, so boxers or briefs?
Ah, wow.
Hey,
she's
this
going
is Moscato and tea. I'm going there.
I'm a rock out with the briefs. The briefs are cool.
Okay.
I'm a rock out with the briefs.
Okay, all right. If you could work with anyone, like in the industry, who would you work with, dead or alive, and why?
Wow. Who would I work with? Actor, director,
it doesn't
anybody?
matter.
Wow,
Anybody.
that's crazy.
You have to put it out in the universe. Who would be?
I would say just because I like the way he works. I like his character types that he plays and being a superhero. I'll say Michael B. Jordan just to go for it because I feel like he's, for my generation, we're definitely looking at him.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like he can take us in so many different directions and take us on a good path. So that would be somebody that I would want to be in a project with me and we, elevate it even further. So I would say Michael B.
Okay. And last and final question. If you, your favorite superhero and why?
Favorite superhero? Wow, that's crazy. Growing up, I didn't have a lot of favorite superheroes, but if I have to, because I'm all these Dragon Ball Z fans, I'm gonna go with Goku. I at least like Goku.
Okay.
Something about being a Super Saiyan was super cool. So to us, for anybody that knows about Dragon Ball Z, I'll go with Goku.
Well, that's okay.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
Yes. So we're about to wrap it up. So I want everybody to find you on social media and everything.
Yeah, tell us.
So tell us.
Yes.
Tell them
Okay.
where you are.
If you need to find me, my Instagram is the number 100 to 1 pictures. You'll be able to see a lot of my work from photography, random stills, video clips from projects I've done. That'll be me. If you need to get in touch with me, you can go to my website, 100to1pictures.com. If you feel like adding me on Facebook, I guess you can find me, Tyreek Pascal. That's fine as well. And and if you are in LA and you got to film projects, definitely reach out to me.
Yes.
We can always work. So I'm always looking to work with other filmmakers and up and coming filmmakers.
Absolutely. So you heard it here first, y'all.
Moscato and Tea.
You know, get out there. You got a film
Yes,
project.
go
You got
support.
something. Go support. Go check out. As a matter of fact, Chiquita, go ahead and put also what your film is, and so they can check it out. They can see his
yes.
work. You can see yours, so you can
Yes.
see what what
He
true
did, yes.
a true professional you're dealing with here.
Oh,
who's
yes, big
trying
time.
to
You
make
can
it
go
in the game.
to my YouTube channel, which is Harold Street Films, and you can see my first short film, which he did the editing and all the superbness on it.
She's
at
gassing me. I'm
Harold
just
Street
playing.
Films, because he was amazing. But also, you can check us out at moscatoandtea.com and on Facebook, Instagram, and social media, iTunes at Moscato and Tea. And we thank you guys for listening.
Thank you. Until next time.
Bye.
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 Check us out on moscatoandtea.com. Subscribe on iTunes. Follow us on social media. See you next time.